Hey there everyone, it's Jazzboy here and welcome back to my channel. So my last upload on this channel was back in early February, which means it has definitely been well over a month since I posted. And that's not really like me. If I am correct, this is the longest I've ever gone without making a video for, I think, almost a year, so it's pretty crazy when you think about it. But anyway, instead of playing Secret Neighbor like I normally would, I decided that I'm going to make a video themed upon the Secret Neighbor Steam reviews and looking at what the community thinks of the game. I will also be discussing my opinion on the reviews and whether I agree with what they're saying or not, just because I know some people might be interested to hear what I have to say. But anyway guys, make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you can, and of course, enjoy this video. So here's the first review that I've chosen to include in this video, and little fun fact for you guys, this one has actually been chosen for the most helpful review on Steam for Secret Neighbor. I'm just scrolling through it at the moment because it is quite long and I don't want to take up too much video time just going through it. Now I have got to say that what I really like about this review is that they go into depth about what makes the game enjoyable for them. They don't only talk about the gameplay and the classes, but they also go into a bit of depth about the settings, the controls, the sounds, and all of that stuff. They also include a little rundown just so people know what they're going to be talking about in the review. The review is laid out really well, and personally it is by far the best review I've seen on Steam for a long time. The only problem with this review is that it is kind of old and hasn't been updated since early December 2019, and at this point we'd only had the full release. But I still think that a lot of the stuff here still applies to the game these days, and it does mention that there's a big problem with cheaters and hackers, and of course, as we all probably know, that is still around today. And I think it's really important that they included it in the review so that people at least know what to expect before they get the game. Overall, I easily give this review a 10 out of 10, and I think it would be very hard to beat. Now, let's have a little look at some of the strange reviews. I like throwing boxes at children. A tier game. Yes. Fortnite. Very, very fun game. I have no one to play this with. Good game, please for keys and Android. Ooey ooey wow wow woof. No friends, don't play. Ooh! Breaking and entering with friends. Dot. I hate Among Us. Ooh. What the fuck? So I've chosen this next review because it actually ties into something that I really want to talk about. The reviewer has said that they don't recommend playing quick games and that the game is much more fun with friends. And I can 100% agree with this for multiple reasons. First of all, when you play with randoms, then you have to mentally prepare yourself for all the people that you're going to meet. With a single mouse click, you could easily get into a lobby with a hacker, a team killer, and that one kid who doesn't realize that their mic is on, and it seriously ruins the fun of the game. I can easily understand why a lot of people have refunded Secret Neighbor for the sole reason of not being able to have fun on their own. And the worst thing of all is that there isn't really any ways to improve this, because it depends on the community. So honestly, you just kinda have to hope for the best. So now that that's out of the way, let's have a little look at some of the negative reviews. So here's the first negative review that we're going to be looking at, and honestly, I think something about this one is a little bit strange. The reviewer has basically said that the reason that they don't like this game is because they feel that the kid classes are really unbalanced compared to the neighbor. And whilst they do make some pretty good points, I would actually say it's the other way around. I think that the neighbor stands a much better chance than all the kid players, and you would have to have a real sweat on your team to stand a chance against a pro neighbor. But as I said, they do make some good points, such as the neighbor just respawning after all the hard work you put into trying to get him downed. But anyways, let's have a little look at another one. Now, I've chosen this next review because despite the fact that it is a little bit brief, it does mention cross-platforming. As most of you probably know already, Secret Neighbor on Steam has no cross-platforming whatsoever. And because of this, the Steam version of the game is quite unpopular compared to console. The review also does mention that they've done a bad job of making it clear what platforms work together, and considering the fact that I actually don't know what platforms go together, I agree with that. Obviously, cross-platforming would be a little bit confusing since custom games on PC do include like level editor maps and stuff, and obviously on other consoles, because there's no Steam Workshop, you don't have level editor. Now there are definitely solutions for this problem. I think the best one would be adding an option when you're making a custom lobby if you want to have the ability to enable level editor maps or not, and if you choose not, then that lobby will be open to other consoles. But the problem with this is that level editor lobbies might not be as popular, and that would be quite a waste of a really good game mechanic. So to summarize this, I don't think we can expect to see PC cross-platforming anytime soon. But hey, you never know. So the last review we're going to be looking at is this one here, which talks about the problem with disconnection. So obviously a big problem with Secret Neighbor is that you can be playing a custom game with friends or even just a quick game with randoms, and all of a sudden you get disconnected for no reason whatsoever. And at first I was genuinely convinced that it was just my Wi-Fi that was at fault, and then when my Wi-Fi improved and I got a better connection, I tried the game again and I was still having the same problem. At this point I think it's just the servers that are having the issues, and I really wish it would be fixed, but I'm not really the person to say how that can be fixed because I don't know. I just know that if it was fixed, it would be a huge step up. One sec, my dog's here. Now, just before I end this video, I do want to quickly mention what my opinion is on Secret Neighbor and whether I think the game is worth it or not. I think Secret Neighbor has the potential to be an amazing game, but there are a ton of issues that need solving before I can officially say that. However, I would still say that this game is a lot of fun. My favourite thing about the game is the amount of options you have for playing. You can join up with friends to play normal games together, or you can try out custom maps and brawl modes if you want to spice things up. And of course, if you want to try making your own map, then you can hop into Level Editor and bring your creation to life. There are a ton of ways to enjoy the gameplay, and you can even challenge yourself to make the game harder if you find it too easy. My only complaints about the game would be the persistent hacker problem, and not to mention the crap ton of bugs and glitches, but I would say that the game is improving in both of these aspects. The game can also be a bit repetitive between updates, and as of right now, the game has barely changed since October last year. But regardless of these issues, I would still give the game a go. You won't know if you like it or not until you give it a try. But anyway guys, thank you all so much for tuning into this video. I had a lot of fun making this, and it's really motivated me to come back to YouTube again. Hopefully I'll be uploading again soon, and I would also really like to start streaming again. I know for a fact that I'll be streaming the beta for Hello Neighbor 2 when it drops on April 7th, so make sure to keep an eye out for that. And now, I wish you all a good day and goodbye.